Hi and welcome back to Sparkle with Pixie. It is not sponsored by Charlie McCloud, but I'm wearing mine because it's dodgy weather. Sparkle with Pixie is all about offering you options to put sparkle back in your life, from education, disabilities and camping. And I will make sure whatever focus is clear on it. Trying to give your sparkle back. So, toilets. Some of us have medical conditions, which we don't hide, and it's EDS Awareness Month in May. And a lot of us with HEDS, that's hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, and that's one of my main conditions, have issues in our internal elements. That means that we have a need to use a toilet and may not be able to wait. And while it is fantastic that such a thing exists as disabled toilets, and when you're out and about in a wheelchair you need that toilet because otherwise your wheelchair might not be there when you come back or whatever, you can't get inside a normal toilet, but it might be full because that might be the only place that's got the changing facilities for children. What I'm saying is there needs to be more of those in other places. It might be the only toilet with a sink inside. What I'm saying is there needs to be more toilets with a sink inside, and maybe more like a family place where you go to needs to have more generic toilets. However, if you're out and about, you can't always get access to a toilet. I'm going to quote one of the beachfronts that we ended up being at a bank holiday in the last 6 months, and there were no public toilets available. Nothing was open. It was a bank holiday. Yeah. So what do you do? So what options are there available to you in the UK? Now, the first thing I want to say is that I started my camping journey years ago, and I went to a festival and I invested in the PMate, and it was a little cardboard funnel that would allow you to aim if you had to use one of those lovely green boxes of doom, otherwise known as those professional porta toilets, and if it was a bit grim. And being young, didn't really use those. It was fine. And then later on, as my conditions started to impact, I invested in a shiwi, and again, they take time to learn. When they say test it in a shower, they're right. Test it somewhere where it doesn't matter if there's an issue. And then I went to the Whiz Freedom, which I found much better because you didn't get the backflow. And again, it was much easier to flick, and it wouldn't hold the water. And also it came with an option of a bag, so if you were desperate. And I learned from that you don't always need a bag, you can just use anything. And anyone who's been desperate enough or has had to make use with small children of an empty packet of crisps will explain that it's anything that will hold liquids. But where are you going to dispose it? So let's look at some of the options that either do a number one or a number one and a number two. Now, one of the most well-known options for managing a facility toilet. So one of the options is this, and some of you might recognise what this is just purely by the size. This is the Carp Life Baby Loo. Comes in a container, as you can see, and you've got that there. And to use in a hurry, pop it out. It's got 4 strong containers. You just push it out like that. It's very solid. You use the liner, you zip that up, and then you use a bag. Sorry, it got caught because the way it was folded up. Again, most people don't bother to take out the inside. I was opening it to show you. You put your bag, bin bag, do your business in there. The bags that it comes with have granules in the bottom. Think of a nappy. You have your granules inside, use it, take the bag out, and then to collapse back when you're ready, find your structural supports. 1, push in, 2, push in, and then find the other side. 1, 2, there we go. Wash it back and back in the container. So that's the Bibby Loo. It has a lot of really good points. been very useful, and obviously if you're trying to look for a more eco option, that might not be for you, but it's a fantastic product. And for someone who's, as you can see, I'm sitting in a wheelchair, with the height of it being there, it is quite low for transferring. But I should have done that, shouldn't I? Sorry, I'm going to do that now while I remember. I think it was Camper Guide, one of the people I watch on YouTube, or one of the others said, take videos, it doesn't matter if it's not the best, people realise. So that's there, and here's my chair alongside it. You can see the height difference. So to transverse, you have to do that, and then whatever works for you, getting onto it, down quite low, but it will take a really good weight amount, and then it back up, which for me it's too low, because you can see the angle. For me it's too low to use regularly, but it's been great with using the children. So that's that one. It's one of the best recommended, most recommended ones in one of my camper van groups, for this reason, that it is so quick and easy to use. It's a fantastic emergency toilet. If you don't know if you're going to need one and don't need it, it's £60, I believe. It comes in green or blue. They hold their second-hand value. They're amazing. So there's that option. Now, then of course, we have these. This is one of the children's ones. As you can see, that's its maximum, so it holds the least amount. And these are called the little travel urinals. You can open them out. It's all clean. Don't worry if you see any liquid. I've just made sure they're all rinsed. And then they squash small with a lid for travel, and then you can use them. Universal shaped for boys or girls. And you have open it out, use it, catch everything, and then if you've got the space to empty it away, you empty it away, or you can seal it and deal with it later. You can angle it if you need to have a certain angle. Yeah, don't angle it while you're doing that. Angle it if you need a certain angle, to put it away. And again, they're great. So, and they're useful. Okay. The other option that a lot of people have are these. You buy them, I think this one was £5 in Asda from Lloyd's Pharmacy at the time. It holds, this one's marked to 1 litre, and you've got the adjustable funnel. So if you would use it, you'd put between your legs, this on the outside, and then you aim and catch, and everything goes in there. And then again, you dispose of it where you can, or you put the lid on and wait to find somewhere that you can dispose it. Okay, some of the lids aren't always the best on those, so there's that one. Right, then this one. So this lid isn't, there we go. This is by, some of you might be able to see the label, Ridge Monkey. So this is the Ridge Monkey XL bin, and this is their comfy seat, so it's all padded, and then you've got a handle so you can carry it around. So, but they also do a toilet seat. Yeah, that's right, a toilet seat. Now the toilet seat comes with these. So you get a pack of 5, and in each 5 you get one of these lovely thin bags, and on the back it explains how to use it. So you open your bag, you get your insert. I mean, how great is this? It also comes with your toilet roll and your little sachet of collections for liquids. Think of it like the nappy granules. You get your bag, you follow your instructions, so it says remove your cosy toilet bag and absorb the granules and towel paper from the individual zip seal bag, and keep the zip seal bag ready for the end. So this is not actually, as you can see from the flatness of it, hasn't had any prep work at all. Okay, lift the toady seat lid and upper rim mounting, so you mount it. Now, it's got a hook on here for a toilet roll hanger. So when it's on, it's like that. So you lift up the outside lid, lid up the seat lid, and you lift up this because it's amazing. And then you put this in, and you put the toilet bag over the specially designed flange. Lower the mounting plate and seat rim. So the mounting plate here helps hold it. So just tuck it in at the back, but you can see that. So you just tuck it in here at the back, that helps hold it in place, and put that in. Then my top tip is push it down, make sure you've got the maximum, or lift it back up, make sure you get the air out, then you can push it back down, and then open it. Then at this point, you open the bag, you pull your granules in, do what you need to do. When you're finished, use your tissue, then lift your seats up, take your bag up, tie a knot in it, and put it back in your flat bag, and dispose. Seal it up and dispose. So that's great. But I want to be eco. I want a compost toilet. Can't afford one. So, did you know that Ridge Monkey and these wonderful boxes come with inserts? This is one of the inserts, and it goes in here alongside another one, and this is the tall insert. You've got the short insert, and then when it comes out, it will clip on here. So you've got the lip on this side, not on the handle side, but on the lip side. So it will clip on like that. Says I, thinking of ideas. Let's put this one on the back for the moment. So, what if, as one of the other options that many people have, a simple funnel and a bottle to catch as a DIY cheap urinal. So, but if you try and put that in here, it's going to go all over the place. And then how do you decide between the solid side and the liquid side? Because most of the time people want to use it to go liquid. So, this is their small one. And you can see I tested it, cut with a hot knife, a section out. And I put that in here. You can see when I move the funnel, and I then put this one in. I made it wide enough so that when I wedged it, it went in and it went below, and then put the bottle in underneath. That's when I discovered a small flaw to my plan, because with the 1 litre high juice bottles from Sainsbury's, see the problem? This pops out. So the funnel to size choice wasn't going to work. But when it was all pushed down, if you could get the lid shut, it didn't move. Plan B. So, I looked at what else I had. You could use one of these. But you've got to make sure you get it in the right hole. There's a bit of a gap. And you don't really want to worry about missing liquids. So what if that went underneath? So again, you can see you've got the option of the funnel into that. But if you've got the bigger ones, holds more liquid, with the angle, you can turn it round so that this goes like that, this goes like that. Sorry, doing it so you can see the angle. So you turn it like the wrong way round. So you use it wrongly in order so when it's down, the funnel splits in and you've got less splash. It's the best you can do. You could try and turn it sideways just to get a bit more, but you've got to do what works within the space. So, which if you're not moving around works. And then, okay, so works. Now, what do you do? I'm going to stick this on the thing. Now, what do you do for the other side? I'm going to move this back. Apologies. I'm not as pro as other people. There you go. So, what do you do for the solids? So you can go back to the toilet seat bags and then either use one of these or use the insert to make your own compost toilet. Now, so when it's in there, you've automatically got your two sides. You've got your liquid and your solids. And if you've got an accident, it's not too bad. You've got the security of the inside. The other advantage you have with this setup is that with the toilet seat, and because of the angle and being on my own, makes it slightly more complicated. But you remember it talks about the two elements of the seat division. I mean, if Rich Monkey wanted to make a proper compost toilet insert, that would be amazing. And I did email them and I did phone them up and try and talk to their team about it. Hang on, I'll put it up for doing it. So you put the seat on. That then holds the insert in place. Open the bag up. Now I tucked it in between the funnel and the green thing. Make sure it's all down to the bottom, around the edge, so I've got my laundry area. So it's tucked under the seat. Push all that down, and then you have a toilet. And it's the best combination that I've been able to get between a compost, and there's a really good Facebook group for compost toileting off-grid, and they've been really helpful, and I'm exploring what would be the best products to use. But in the meantime, I'm using the combination of the Ridge Monkey cozy toilet bags because I don't have the facilities to manage the porta potties because they come with their own demands, and I need something for when I need to use it, because the majority of the time it's going to be left unused and clean, and I need something that's quick to empty because I have small children. So you need to find an option that works for you. Some people like the porta potties, they think it's the best thing, it's the closest thing to a real toilet. Some of us are trying to find that eco middle ground with the bucket and chuck it for the liquids, because it's easy to dispose of urine, but it's the solid waste that makes it a little bit more complex. And obviously trying to do it in a kind of way to the environment and respectful of other people. And I apologise if my hand's shaking. One of my issues. So I hope that's been of use. I've been sat in the chair the whole time. Sorry for the string angle. There we go. In the chair the whole time. And you can see the height of it to the chair. Because it's that bit higher, it's a nicer transverse and it's a nicer height to get on and off. It could be a bit wider for stability, and if it got all the weight at the bottom, and I presume what its actual purpose for is when it's not being used as the bucket option, would be carrying weight things. But it's a really good product, the Ridge Monkey toilet. If you're not using the bivy loo, I really like it, and it's different. And I forgot about one other option that I have tried in the past. Apologies for the last minute. Oh, I thought of something else. again, that's a last minute. So, went the wrong way. One of the other options I've also tried in the meantime are these. And these are one of these. So this is actually one of the travel portets. So if you've ever had a kid and you've got one of those folding potties, this is one of those liners. Because they're quite good. They have it inbuilt. They have a sticky absorbency bit, which is basically like some paper towels, absorbency bit. So, and then you get your, see the two loops there? And they're at the front and the back, and they go on the metal bars. And then when you've used it, this is where the complicated bit is. So when you've used it, you've got to push up the inside rim to get it out, which is great in one way, but rubbish in another. So you've got that in there, and then you've got to try and carefully lift this up without spilling the contents. And this is why I said about what's nice about these portet bags. And those were 30, I think, for £10 in John Lewis, or 20 anyway, but they were really good. And if you get caught short, always have it ready to roll. So that was the emergency seat. So it is high up. It is stable. And you put it on a flat bit, you can see it's really stable. Got the weight. And then, so you could move on to that. It's high up. But like everything, it's what works for you. I mean, a bottle is one of those travel urinals that is by far the least amount of space. The toilets, you got to find what works for you. It's a personal thing, but anyone with a chronic health condition knows that if it infects your digestive system, then it can be great until it's not, and you can't often wait to use facilities, and some of the facilities are shocking or broken. I went into a high street food store, so they should know better because they're international. Yeah, I might be guessing who I'm talking about. And went to use their disabled toilet, and it did not have the red cord to the skirting board length. So it's designed to have the red cord down to floor, so that if you fell over and you needed help, you can call for assistance. So that's why it's in a place that lots of people find really annoying and tie it up, cut it off, put it out the way. It's not there for your convenience. It's there for if somebody fell off or needed it, because that's why they need the disabled loo. They've got that option. And so I apologise for going off on one about there not being enough sinks in toilets, that boys and girl gendered toilets should both all have facilities to take a buggy, should all have facilities with a sink in a cubicle, should all have facilities with a changing pad in it, so that, you know, then you should have family toilets. So you've got 2 toilets for parents to go with their children, or to put 2 children on at the same time. We need more flexibility in the toilet option, so that people can feel safe and secure and have access to toilets, because a lot of people, if there's a problem, will use the disabled toilet, and that becomes more of an issue for the people who need to use a disabled toilet because they can't fit in any other cubicle. So please be respectful of that. And I hope that helps somebody else in a journey for trying to find a DIY compost toilet or alternative with the options. Because obviously this one, you could just put a box around it and put one of the diverters. I did buy one of the £40 splits from, it's got what they call the diverter splitter, so it's the front to the diverter. It does not fit the Ridge Monkey, it's too wide, and also the space would be more than halfway, so it's like that much over the Ridge Monkey, which again could be a problem if you've got to deal with the messier end of cleanup, because you never know how you're going to sit and how much space you're going to need, and if you have pain associated with using toilets, then again you might be moving around. And so the average, if you look at all the ones that are made, the urine diverters come a third to halfway across and no more. And one of the advantages to my DIY hack is that yes, you can feel where that line is of that carrier bag with the temporary option while I look into the compost, so you know where that line is. It's also very easy to check that you're sat in the right position for the right maximum effect. I am looking at doing some adaptations, and I'll do some update videos, and like everybody else says out here, give feedback. I would like constructive feedback. What did you find useful about the video? What did you not find useful? And you know, even if you won't subscribe, please like a video or give feedback if you don't like it. So like it, give me a thumbs up. If you don't like it, give me a comment. Tell me what you didn't like. This is my second video, I think, on this channel. So yeah, let me know. I'll do my best. I'll give you more. But if I get a chance to try any more toilets, I went to see them, the compost, I think they are, the compost, and they're over in the west of London, outer London area, so there's kind of like around the M25 link area there, not too far from Egham, I think. And they were fantastic and very friendly, but it's like £800. And if you're in a camper van or a day van that's not always a camper van, you might not have that space. I'm not full-time. It's not going to be a full-time toilet. I can't justify the £700, however lovely it looks. And so I needed something a bit more compact. I've looked at some of the other toilets options. I think Woo-Woo, I think they do a travel version where it's like a stand with a urine diverter in, which might suit you again if you want a combination of things. There are lots of options out there. I mean, like randomly, Amazon showed me, if you've ever been abroad and you've seen the holes in the ground, you know, abroad, so you squat to use. I saw some of those that were aimed at workmen, and they were saying, make your workplace a cleaner place, and they basically had them in the... I don't know what they were linked into. They didn't go into great detail like that, but there were 2 of those for £30. And then it's one of those things that we are lucky that in today's age there's so many options out there. You just need to find what works for you. And if you think I could do something better, tell me what your setup is. I want to learn from you. Again, that's why I've made a YouTube video, because I've learned from other people, you know, and like most of us, we want to care for the planet, and because there is no plan B. Thank you for watching. I'm going to end now. Stay safe.